A couple of months ago, we had a double film premiere of 2 short films we worked on. We handled the music, sound design, and final mix all in one studio. I was the composer and for the first time also the sound supervisor on both films. I'll show you what that process looked like with all its ups and downs, of which there were many. I started recording the process a couple weeks before the premiere, 8 days before the first feedback sessions with the directors. At that point, we were already deep into the project and the time pressure was really starting to show. We have now agreed on a feedback session meeting for both films, which is going to take place on the 8th. So we have no more than 8 days time for the first final version. The score of one of the films is done. That is honestly huge. But then of course the next kind of obstacle we have to clear is going to be the feedback session. So the directors have to like what we've been doing, and if it's very far off, we're going to have a lot of additional work that we might not be able to get done. We had another technical disaster. So here's what happened. The re-recording engineer for one of the films went into the studio and they wanted to listen to some music. And it didn't work because our routing is pretty complicated and we have the surround setup and all of that stuff. So they tweaked some settings here and there, and then by doing that, they kind of selected another preset for our studio routing. I never saved the preset for the actual routing. Obviously a huge oversight on my part. And yeah, so that led to all of the routing being screwed pretty much. So I had to reroute everything, which was complicated, and then I had to recalibrate the entire studio as well. All right, it's Saturday and now we have 6 days left for the feedback session for the first movie, and then 7 days, from now on, 7 days left for the feedback session for the second movie. So I've come pretty far with the score and I'm trying to finish it. It's Saturday today and I'm trying to finish the score this weekend. Well, I'm not trying to, I have to, so that I can send it to the mixing engineer and he can mix it the next couple days. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how this is coming along, and I think I'm very confident actually that I can finish it this weekend. After that, all the music will be finished and then I can concentrate on supporting all the other departments. Yeah, both directors are already pretty excited for the feedback sessions, and I want to deliver nice experiences for them in our studio. I want to deliver an experience for them that almost feels like cinema. All right, it's Saturday. I just came back from my mixing engineer because I finished writing the score. Now I came back to my studio. I'm gonna listen to the mixes again, and then later today I'm going back to his studio to hopefully make the final versions ready so they're ready for mastering. Okay, so now I've discovered that one of the stem's exports from my composition was faulty. There's just a part missing right in the middle, so I need to export that again and then we can insert that back into the mix. We got the first half of the second movie finished with the mix now, except for a couple detail things. We achieved our target for sure for yesterday, and today I'm gonna be mastering the score for the second film, polishing the first half of the mix of the second film, and I'm gonna try to polish the mix of the first film as well. It's gonna be a stressful day for sure, but this is probably gonna be the most stressful day until the feedback sessions on Friday. So let's get to work. So what is mastering? Well, let's talk about mixing first, actually. The goal, I would say, is to make a track sound more professional, more pleasant, and more cohesive. That's what I would describe it as a non-mixing engineer. So what you do is you take out frequencies that you don't like or that are annoying in some way. Arrange frequencies in a way that each instrument or vocal has its own space and works well together with other instruments or vocals. You modify the dynamics of each instrument. So how loud can they get? How quiet can they get? You worry about effects, creative effects like reverbs, delays, distortions. This is the stage where like the sound of the track can change a lot, and this will make a huge difference and make it sound much more professional. So after the mixing process comes the mastering. That's pretty much where you worry about all of this stuff too, but on a smaller scale. Maybe you could even say it's on a bigger scale because it's on a per track scale. So not on a per instrument scale, but you're zooming out a bit and you're worrying about each track of the album. You try to get the most amount of volume out of the tracks. You're trying to make the tracks work well together with each other within the context of the entire album. But first, very important, we're gonna have to listen to some reference. And for this I pulled up the Tenet soundtrack because I feel like it's kind of, this one, maybe Oppenheimer would be the closest ones I could think of right now. So let's listen to the soundtrack real quick. This track is kind of perfect because it also has these very high resonant elements in there that I also have in my score. So this is a nice reference for me to use. It's Thursday and I just got to the studio and it's looking okay. Today's gonna be a long day though. I might have to pull an all-nighter because there's still a lot to do. And tomorrow we have our first feedback session, so we're gonna have a bit of time before that session, but I wanna get things done today. As long as I keep on track and do what I set out to do, we should all be fine, hopefully, and we'll see how the feedback sessions go.
Nee, das geht nicht.
Ich glaube, wir müssen was Ernstes dann aufnehmen. Oder es lassen.
Ja, oder halt Gibberish.
Meinst du?
Dann hast du halt direkt Gibberish, weißt du, also dann ist es ja direkt unverständlich.
Ja, lass es mal machen, Tobi. Einmal Gibberish, bitte.
Dann müssen wir es vorsagen.
Nee, du musst
Ich
es
kann
sagen.
kein Gibberish, ich kann nur ordentlich reden.
Ja.
Hey, Bro.
Na, was geht?
Cool, ist ein bisschen früher damit?
Ja. Muss aber echt durchballern.
Safe.
Wieso bist du schon hier? Wieso bist du hier schon?
Ein bisschen mentale Unterstützung leisten.
Safe.
Ja, ich weiß immer nie, was ich so machen soll, wenn ich so noch so...
Ja, normal.
Und, weil dein Sound ist ja so sehr mid-rangey.
Ja.
Und du pushst dann von diesen mid-rangey Elements halt die Highs hoch. Das muss ja nicht unbedingt gut sein, oder?
Aber ich habe auch so, also ich meine, das hier hat ja so ein bisschen heiß wenigstens. Ich habe so ein paar Sachen, die so ein bisschen was haben. Die kann man so ein bisschen pushen vielleicht. Also,
Okay.
Oder
Stimmt,
das
du
hier zum
machst ja
Beispiel.
Stem-Mastering, stimmt.
Genau.
Okay.
Take one.
Jetzt du sitzt hier.
Oh.
Tobi, ich auch. Ja.
Leute, erstmal vielen Dank für alles, was ihr getan habt für den Film. I really appreciate it.
Warte.
Okay, an euch beide.
Ja, also ich würde sagen...
Danke, dass ihr euch die Zeit nehmt, heute hier zu sein. Danke für alles, was ihr bisher geleistet habt. Ich bin sehr dankbar und sehr froh, euch im Team zu haben.
Ja, also ich würde sagen, der Film ist so 90% fertig, würde ich sagen. 89? Okay. Safe, 89% so.
Gehen wir am besten vor? Einfach,
Ich würde sagen...
wenn mir was auffällt, direkt oder gucken wir einmal komplett durch?
Nö, ich würde sagen, wenn dir was auffällt, dann stoppst du einfach.
Okay.
Ja, dann...
I'm excited!
Ich wusste es.
Die Footsteps, die Sohle ist viel zu hart.
Also wenn du da schon stoppst, dann wird es ein langer Tag.
Ich habe jetzt sehr schlimm, wenn du jetzt was wieder gut gefallen.
Es sind ja also.
Das war die beste Szene.
Besser wird's nicht mehr.
Okay, so the feedback session yesterday went pretty good, I'd say. It took a while, but now we have a nice list of feedback that we can work on. I'm waiting on the mixing engineer for the other film right now. We're gonna work on the final pieces of polish on that film. And then in the afternoon, the director for that film is gonna come over for that feedback session. After that, it's gonna be a bit more relaxed. I'm really looking forward to that because it's been really, really stressful. Like I'm working at the limits, at my limits right now because it's just a super stressful week at the end of like a stressful month. Couple all-nighters. Just the pressure of getting these things done for the premiere. All of the things that I had to worry about, like not just the music, but also the sound mix, the sound effects, how everything comes together. Getting everything done in time. Yeah, I'm pretty much in need of like one day where I don't have to work, and that's gonna be tomorrow, hopefully. So I just bought the alters, and that's really fun so far. So really looking forward to playing that. A few weeks before this, we recorded some Foley in the basement of our studio. And since I recorded some of that process, here's what that looked like.
Machen wir ein paar Klatscher und ein bisschen und danach machen wir Sliden. Also erstmal ein Klatscher.
Da war bestimmt was mit bei.
Das war gut, ja.
Okay, I don't know what my last update was, but we had the feedback sessions now. We had both feedback sessions for both films. I mean, we still have lists of feedback that we need to work on. So yeah, let me just tell you this. The next important deadline we have to meet, right? Because the films are not done yet. So we still have a deadline we need to meet, and that's the test screening. We will have a test screening at the cinema where the premiere is going to be for both films on the same day. This is the final week. Then, yeah, let's just get it done. That's the mindset right now. So I think everyone is in a good headspace right now after those feedback sessions, and the plan seems doable so far. All right, last couple of days have been crazy. It's Sunday, and today we need to deliver both films for the test screening. I'm going to handle the exports. It's 9 a.m. on Sunday right now, and I'll export everything, send it over to the editor, and then he's going to create the DCP files for the cinema. And then on Tuesday, we're going to test everything. After the feedback session, we'll have to adjust according to the data gathered at the feedback session, whatever that might be, before we need to send it to the editor again to create the final DCP files for the premiere. The films aren't completely done, in my opinion. They're not perfect, but they're still pretty good. I mean, they're both short films, and I think they're still at a level that they're better sound-wise than 90% of short films. But I would have liked to get them to the best short films you've ever seen sound-wise, you know? Let's see what the audience thinks. So today was pretty good. We had the final feedback session, and now it's 12 a.m. and I've been called back to the studio because apparently one of the films is a lot quieter than the other one, and they need me to look into it. So that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, we checked the exports, but maybe we just didn't check it thoroughly enough. I don't know where the problem exactly is right now, but...
To Westhafen stations, there are currently major delays on...
I'm gonna look into it and hope it's not gonna be a much longer night. we've been in the studio until 2 a.m. yesterday, trying to find a way to get these exports to work, because this is our first time mixing in Dolby Atmos, and it turns out it's so different that even the volume adjustment that you have to make at the end of for every project is a lot different than what we're used to. We had to find a workaround. That took us a while. We were all super tired, and like another drama thing that's been happening throughout the past week, which is that the cinema itself was causing us a lot of headaches. Like, they wanted us to deliver the files way sooner than we thought. We can't invite all the guests we were able to invite in the beginning, which is still fine. It's a big place, but it would have been nice to have a full room, right? Just the way they're behaving right now is not. It's like it's causing us so many headaches. Like it's stressful enough, this whole thing, to get it to work, to get it done in time with 2 films simultaneously, and now, yeah, the cinema is causing all these, well, seemingly unnecessary problems, but who knows? I haven't spoken to them directly. It's chaos right now. It's honestly chaos for everyone, for us, for the editor, for the directors, and like it's crazy right now. But we got the export done for the test screening that's happening tomorrow morning, which I'm super nervous about, because, yeah, first project we did for a cinema of that size in surround. Yeah, we're super nervous, but let's see how that all plays out. All right, quick update. I just spoke to one of the directors, and they're still in the cinema. They've been there since 9 a.m. I think today. It's like, how late is it now? It's 6 p.m. They're still at the cinema. They're trying to get the files to work, the films to play, but it doesn't work. It's not working. We're assuming that it's because of some kind of export issue. Now the editor went back home. He's trying to export them differently now, and the directors are still chilling in the cinema, trying to find a solution for everything. It's chaos right now. Like, the test file is not working currently. I mean, which is good that it's just the test file, right? That's why we're testing. But we also need to get this to work, because if we don't, then we don't have a test. All right, I'm home now. It's 9 p.m. They didn't get the DCP to work. Now it's kind of unclear if we can even have a test screening. Yeah, everyone's pretty nervous right now, because we need to test this. This would be too much of a gamble to just play it for the first time at the premiere.
Und auch da vorne, ich weiß nicht, ob das Auto ist. Déjà-Vu? Wieso ist es so grau? Das ist normal.
Hast du Jesus oder lieber gesagt?
Warum willst du nur bei dem Sound mehr Los rauszunehmen? Also mehr Los rauszunehmen.
Also kaum raus dran.
Ich würde sagen, das Gefährliche ist eher, dass wir es halt nicht einschätzen können. Weil wenn du es jetzt auch nur ein bisschen nach hinten pannst, also
Ja.
ist ja wichtig, wie die Rears eingestellt sind.
Ja.
Von der Lautstärke, weißt du? Es kann sein, dass sie dann viel mehr verschwinden,
Ja.
wenn die zu leise sind, weißt du?
Ja. Es würde mir schon reichen, also obviously, weil ich der Komposer bin, aber wenn die Musik im Film wenigstens so ein bisschen mehr überall wäre, das würde, glaube ich, schon richtig
Wir
viel
können jetzt auch
ausmachen.
nicht die Soundeffekte jetzt
Nee.
noch mal krass pannen.
Safe
Also,
nicht.
ich
Ja,
würde
ja.
sagen maximal, dass wir da 3 dB lauter machen, bei denen, wo wir denken, die könnten lauter sein.
Ja.
Machst du dir da noch Sorgen wegen der Sync-List? Ob das am Freitag alles in Sync ist und so?
Ja.
Okay, super.
I thought it was chaotic before, but yesterday was kind of crazy. The last 2 days, actually. I'm not sure when I even recorded the last video. I can't quite remember. But it's Tuesday, is it? No, it's Wednesday, actually. Oh my God, it's Wednesday. So yesterday we had the test screening. It went terribly. One of the films we couldn't watch at all because of a problem with the DCP file. The other film we could watch, but the colors were off and the sound was starting 1 minute late, was out of sync, and it cut out at some point of the film and then never came back. That was presumably also because of a problem with the DCP export. So we drove back to the studio and tried to work on the problems real quick that we noticed during the test, during the short period where we heard sound, adjusted that, exported a new version, sent that over to the editor. And meanwhile, the cinema kinda told us that we'd have to change our plans because now they wanted to keep the whole premiere as simple as possible, as they said, for some reason. So we weren't allowed to make our speeches anymore in between the films like we planned to with them. So that got us really annoyed. So then the question came up if we wanted to move the premiere to a different cinema because we were kind of fed up with them, even though it's the biggest cinema here. Yeah, we reached out to another cinema, also a really nice one, and they were super friendly. We just asked them if it would be possible at all, you know, just to have that option. So yeah, will we be able to test it again before the actual premiere? Who knows? There's like one guy at the cinema who's like nice, helpful, and this guy is sadly not around that much. And now he was there, we had a good talk with them. They agreed to maybe let more people in. But yeah, so now I got a call from the director to call my team, the whole sound crew and everyone, and go back to the cinema now with this cool guy that's working there.
Reine Formsache. Beide Unternehmen sind Profiteure des Zusammenschlusses. Doch besonders langfristig.
Ich würde einfach mal dieses Tempo ein bisschen überspringen.
Ja.
Man sieht hier klappt das noch halbwegs gut und unten wird nicht viel weggeschnitten. Es kann je nach Saal sein, dass unten eine Menge weggeschnitten wird. Würde solche Effekte vielleicht noch einen Hauch kleiner machen. Das ist nicht oben und unten, also nicht die Ränder voll ausfüllen sind, sondern noch kleiner, damit das irgendwie nicht das Traurige, als wenn es, ich sag mal, quasi so weit abgeschnitten ist, was weg ist oder so.
Elisabeth Löhr oder raffinierte Insekten. Die Namibwüste ist Schauplatz unerbittlich.
Gefühlt ist die Atmo jetzt auch mehr noticeable, ne?
Vielleicht letztes Mal auch schon eigentlich.
Echt? Ja, bei der Szene?
Die ganze Zeit.
Ah, okay.
wonderful you're here together. But first and foremost, my partner and the composer of the movie, Laios. Yeah, he's responsible for the awesome soundtrack. I'm so grateful that he got the idea right away. I didn't have to explain a lot. He just got the vision and he produced this wonderful, wonderful score. This is Tobias and Midal. They were responsible for sound design and sound mix. And they arranged it to sound so nicely in the cinema and did a lot of sound work and just sound design and the post-production crew in general.
So, Laios hat nicht nur über ein Jahr als Composer und Sound Supervisor bei meinem Film gearbeitet. Ich war schon gerade bei Déjà-Vu total geflasht, wie krass das sich anhört. Und jetzt bei meinem Film, ich bin dir so dankbar. Der Ton macht so unglaublich viel aus. Die Augen kann man schließen, die Ohren nicht. Und deswegen ist das so unglaublich gut, was du da gemacht hast. Ich bin dir tausend dankbar. Und Laios war auch der Einzige, ich wollte diesen Film eigentlich schon 2021 drehen und irgendwann hat Laios gefragt, was ist eigentlich mit dem Film? Er war der Einzige, der nach diesem Film gefragt hat. Und ich dachte so, okay, wenn eine Person nach diesem Film fragt, dann mache ich den jetzt, das reicht mir. Und das weißt du vielleicht gar nicht, aber ich glaube, wenn du das nicht gesagt hättest, hätte ich diesen Film nicht gemacht. Also mehrere Ebenen. Vielen, vielen, vielen Dank.
Okay, this is the morning after the premiere. It was kind of crazy. It was so crazy how fast it went by because there were like over 500 people. And the crazy part was that I knew probably like, maybe not even half of them, maybe just even like a quarter or something, but still a lot of people, you know? And so I've never been at an event before where I knew so many people. Each time I talked to someone, another person came up to me and wanted to say hi and stuff. That made it, I mean, that was super cool for me. That was a super nice experience, but that made it also go by very quickly, which is kind of sad, you know, because you want to enjoy the evening and want it to last. I still found it very enjoyable. So the sound was good. Everything worked properly, which was awesome. We got to structure the premiere the way we wanted to. It was insane to watch these films again there because I've seen them so many times over the past few months. You know, I just thought hopefully they're gonna like it. Hopefully they're gonna like the music and all of that stuff, but I didn't know, was it any good? Are people engaged in the story? Do people feel, you know, immersed? Then we went up to the stage, like me and my sound team, twice for both films, which was super nice. Then after the films, people came up to me to compliment me on the music, which I've never experienced before. I really appreciated that, and yeah, I really did appreciate that. That was super, super nice for them to specifically approach me. That definitely meant a lot to me. They also complimented the sound design and stuff like that, and the sound overall, which was also really cool, and which I then forwarded to my team. It felt crazy. It was over super quick, but it was super nice. It was such a nice experience. Seeing our films on that screen in that cinema was insane. This is like the cinema where like the big stars hold their premieres, you know? It's like Harrison Ford's been there, like Leo, everyone you can imagine pretty much. So this was kind of surreal to have our films shown there, and these last weeks of intense work and pulling all-nighters and all this stuff definitely paid off. This was, for me personally, it was worth it for sure. The journey's not over, so the films will be sent to film festivals and stuff like that. So at some point I'll release the scores as well. So that's something to I'm looking forward to. So now I'm gonna just take a week off, play some video games, and then I'm gonna jump back in. So that's the plan. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will look forward to the music and the films. All right, see you next time.